Miss Ireland, actually, were you born in Waterford or Kildare?
No, I was born in Kildare.
Kildare, that's what I thought. But you represented Waterford.
I represented Waterford, yeah.
Selbridge, am I right?
Selbridge, indeed.
Indeed, right. Emma Waldron from Selbridge, but representing Waterford, recently made the trip to China to take part in the Miss World competition. And she did the nation proud.
She certainly did. Not only did she win Miss World Talent for her prowess on the violin and the title of Continental Queen of Beauty Europe, she also came fourth in the overall competition. Good morning to you, Emma.
Good morning.
And congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thanks a million.
Is this something that you've been dreaming about from a young age?
Yeah, I used to watch all the Miss Worlds and there was a trillion and everything when I was younger. My mom, we used to have a little piece of paper and write down who we thought would win and mark them out of 10 and stuff like that. So I used to be really, really into it, but I actually never imagined myself going there. I never thought in a million years it was possible. It's like something from this world and I live in this world. So to actually be able to do it was amazing. It was like a dream come true.
And I can't imagine what it must be like, you know, arriving in China, completely different culture, everything is completely foreign to you, I suppose. Is it 115 other contestants?
115, it was meant to be 120, but because of different reasons it was 115, but it's the most ever in a Miss World competition, most amount of contestants.
So what does that feel like when you kind of try and settle into a hotel and not really know what's ahead of you?
I was really excited about it, actually. I'd been to China before in 2008. I play violin and I went with the Dublin Youth Symphony Orchestra, so I had a taste of it, which I think was really good because it is completely different to anywhere else. It's completely different to America. You know, I know this sounds really obvious, but everything is in Chinese. You know, so you
don't
can't
make any
understand.
concessions to foreigners.
No, not at all, and their culture is completely different. So I guess I was used to that a little bit. I knew what to expect, which I guess helped me. But in terms of, you know, trying to settle in with the girls and stuff, everyone was on the same boat. Everyone was coming over to somewhere and from so many different places. So it was kind of the same for all of us. So because of that, I kind of like didn't really worry too much about it because I said, well, sure, everyone's the same. Everyone's coming over. You wanted to make friends and enjoy the experience, you know.
Well, Emma, you're far removed from the stereotype of a beauty queen.
I was going to say that, you know, the stereotype of somebody who has long held the ambition to go and do that would be to have, you know, a career in modelling or fashion or something like that.
Yes,
That's not your interest at all. You want to be a primary school teacher and you want to play music. In that order. Those are the two great passions in your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
The teaching, where does that come from?
I've just always done it. When I was probably 15, I started coaching tennis. It's not something I ever kind of decided this is what I want to do. I kind of fell into it. I started coaching tennis in the North Kildare Tennis Club, and then I started working with Kit Kat Tennis Ireland, and then I started teaching violin, and then I'd help out at water sports centres and different things like that. So it's always just been a part of my life. So it kind of seemed like a natural progression. But actually, when I finished my Leaving Cert, when I was in sixth year, I kind of was
Tell them how many points you got, by the way.
575 points. But it was because of hard work, you know.
I know.
No, it was honestly, it was because of hard work. I got up in the mornings. I would get up and be in school for maybe 10 past 7. And I would come home, finish school, and then I'd study until maybe 10 or 11 at night. Like, I was just focused for the year, and the type of person...
Gerard, are you at home? Are you listening to this? Are you? That's what it takes.
Here's your role model.
Sorry.
No, but it's true. I mean, anyone can do it. I'm no more intelligent than anyone else. I just worked really hard, and I was really focused for the year, and I just did exam papers and questions and hounded my poor teachers and, you know, just
But I love the honesty
hard.
of that, Emma, because most people who come out with, you know, 500 plus points will say, I didn't really work that hard.
Oh, no,
you know,
I worked
people
really hard.
aren't that honest about working hard.
Yeah,
you are.
I was a nerd. I worked really hard, but it's 1 year of your life, and it means that you're like, if I ever decide I want to go and I want to study medicine or I want to do this, that and the other, I have every door open to me because of that. So it's 1 year of hard work, and it pays off then for the rest of my life.
What I'm surprised, Emma, is that you are a talented musician, as was evidenced by your performances. You've played with the Irish Symphony. You've been in a lot of symphonic bands.
Yes,
so you're obviously a well-qualified musician and a talented one. So why not the professional music?
I just decided I wanted to keep that as my hobby and as my love. So that's not saying that I won't go and do that later in life, but I wanted to keep it as something that I enjoyed to do. So it's a huge part of my life. Like, I play in the Phoenix Orchestra, I play in the Hibernians Orchestra. It's something that I do for pleasure and for love, but I wanted to have something as well as that in my life. So like teaching or maybe modelling. I did that, I started that last year and I really enjoyed that. So it's something that I wanted to have as an aside as opposed to my career.
Is classical your first love?
Classical, yeah, it is.
Is classical your first love?
Yeah, it is, yeah, I love it.
So don't tell me you had posters of Herbert von Karajan on
No,
your wall.
no, I love. Do you know what? I love like R&B music and hip hop. I did DJing for a while in Spy Bar, Gossip at Spy, and then McGowan's, and I'm hoping to go back. They have a new place, Andrews Lane Theatre. They have a new. They're taking over the same company, so I'm hoping to go and do that as well. So
modelling, classical musician. Is there anything you can't do?
Volunteering with the youth centre in Dublin's inner city, of course.
Osnam House.
Coaching tennis.
Yeah, that's absolutely brilliant. I've started that when I was in 4th year. There's a module, I think, in most transition year programmes called community care. So I started that back when I was 15, and I was helping out at the youth group there. It's for children from the inner city, from Mountjoy Square and the kind of surrounding areas. And now, just last November, I started teaching music there. I started teaching a choir. So, like, I often say when I'm trying to explain what it's like when I go in there, it's like when I walk through those doors, I kind of take a deep breath and I'm like, I'm home. I'm doing what I love doing, and with the kids who are just, they give me more than I could ever give them. Like, they're just amazing. And I hope I can do as much for them with this, you know, as possible, because they're just so amazing.
Someone like you doesn't end up the way you are now without very strong formative influences, and I suspect that your parents have had a huge part
in my parents are
the
great.
kind of young woman you are and the person you've grown up to be.
My parents are
Tell us a bit about that.
My mum's a nurse, and my dad is a manager in the Mater Private Hospital, and they're both, my mum used to sing a lot when she was younger and play guitar and piano, so she's very musical. That's where I got my music from. My dad is great with languages. He was born in Italy. My grandfather was the Irish ambassador to different countries like China and that, so he lived all over the world. So my dad had that experience of travelling and living in different places, which I think made him very open-minded. He's that type of person. And same with my mom as well. You know, they're the type of people who would talk to anyone and, you know, get on well with everyone. So that's probably where I get my personality from as well. And they've been really supportive, but they've been always, you know, very determined that I would get my degree, you know, get the things that are important in life. So like I was saying about working hard, they were the ones who kind of said, you know, Emma, this is what you should do if you want to have doors open for you in life. So they guided me the whole time, and at the same time we're open to things like, you know, Miss Ireland, which wasn't exactly on their plan of choice. You know, they wanted me to finish my degree.
On their radar, no.
No, it wasn't, I don't think. But at the same time, they've kind of embraced that, and they've said, okay, well, let's see what you can, you know, achieve from this, and try and make it a good and a positive, you know, and make it that, you know, not just something that has happened, but it's something that you can change people and do it for the better, not just for myself, but maybe for the things that I'm involved in, like I was saying, Osnam House and different charities like that. So I'm hoping with this year to try and raise the profile of Miss Ireland to something, to a kind of pivotal role in society where you can make a difference, where you can use your influence to help the marginalised. However cliche that does sound, I know, but I think it is an opportunity for young girls like myself to be able to give something back, and to be able to do something, because it's not too hard to give an hour here, an hour there to a youth group in your week, you know, or to help to raise the profile of them. So please God will.
Yeah, well, you were known as the problem solver in the group of girls, I believe, in China. So you've time and you've patience, and obviously your love of children fits in with that as well.
Yeah, all the girls used to come to me, like, for example, on the day of the final, you'll laugh at this now, one of the girls, Miss Malawi, her name's Ella, she's an absolute dote, got on so well with her. Half two was when we had to leave. She came to me at 2:25. Emma, can I borrow a dress? I was like, are you joking me? It's 2:30, we have to go. So I was pulling out my dresses and I was trying to get her to try on ones, and then she was like, oh, you know, I was laid back, I knew you'd give me one if I needed it. And I was like, you left it a bit late, you know. But yeah, no, a couple of the girls, one of the girls, Miss Grease, I got on really well with her, and she kind of opened up when we were over there. We had really nice chats and stuff. Like, it's just really nice to be able to get on well with people like that.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed it. I got on really well with the girls.
Fantastic ambassador to this country. Can you just
Thank you so
leave
much.
as soon as possible and not come back?
Okay.
Unfortunately, you want to be a teacher, and the problem is that you may have to go abroad to get a job. How soon before you finish?
I'm going into my final year next year. I've had to defer it for the year.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, we wish you all the very best.
Thank you very
have
much.
done us proud. You have been a remarkable advertisement for the country.
Thank you very much.